Hello and welcome to this video entitled The Power of Free Sphere of Protection. Okay, so just a little bit of background. Well, first of all, this is from my healing modality called Arc Healing. But I used to do a lot of mediumship, okay, and I found that when I was, being part of groups and stuff like that and going to events that anybody that was giving out any sort of meditation or doing any spiritual work, they would give out a protection meditation, and often it would be some sort of sphere or just whatever generalized protection would take place. They would give that, but I found that actually that was quite disempowering, and the reason for it being disempowering is that when someone else tries to protect you or gives you protection, in a way, you're handing your power over to them. Okay, when actually we should be holding ourselves in our true power and setting our intentions. So this is why I developed this power-free sphere of protection, because traditionally spheres of protection are about protection from the outside in. Okay, which is cool, and that's nothing new. But I decided to take it further, and I really looked at how to do this. And in my experience, the power-free really comes into its own when we protect from the inside out, and obviously the third element being that we set our intentions that we are really doing our best to make sure that we are protected and not giving our power away to anybody else. Okay, so that's the basis of that. It's about empowerment. Okay, so I'm going to go through the meditation, the steps of the meditation, but as I take you through the steps of the meditation, it's important to understand that you're the one doing the steps. I'm not doing it for you. I'm just simply guiding you through a process, and it's a simple process, to be fair. But I'm a guide. This is you being in your power and you doing what you need to do in order to make sure that you're safe. And the feedback I've got off of this is really good. Everybody seems to like this, and I give this away free, as a gift to anybody anyway. The reason for that is people started using it for themselves and trying to adapt it to suit their needs. So I decided that actually this should be a free meditation, so people can use it for themselves without it being corrupted by anybody else, so to speak. And on that moment, so we're going to move into that space now. So in other videos that are going to follow this as part of this about heart centering, I'm going to show you how to do these other steps in a little bit more detail. But just going through the process here, it kind of covers a lot of what we're going to talk about in the other videos anyway, but they just help clarify what we're doing. Okay, so it's all about safety. Okay, so and it's all invitation as well. I'm not telling you what to do. So this is an invitation now to find yourself sitting down in a comfortable position, but not so much in a sense of where you're going to be falling asleep or anything like that. So it's best not to lay down, and even just sat up like this. And this meditation, you can do it anywhere. Okay, absolutely anywhere, which is really good. And you can be stood up, walking around, whatever. And when you get really good at it, it can flow very, very simply. Okay, so all I ask you to do to start with is just take some breaths into your heart. So you're bringing your heart energy in, okay? So, and you just see, sense, feel, or know that you're breathing in and out of your heart, okay? That's called a heart centering technique, and I will explain that further in one of these other gifted videos. So just breathing in and out of your heart, just at your own pace, okay? And at this moment, we're just setting the intention that all of our energy from our day comes back to us in this now moment. Okay? So you bring your energy back into this now moment, but you're also setting the intention that as your energy comes back to you, it comes back to you cleared, cleansed, and pure. So, and once you've done that, that's brilliant. Okay? And so allowing your energy to come back to yourself. And then what we do is we just allow our shoulders to drop. Our forehead is very much can be a tension point. So we just relax the forehead or the eyebrows. Just allow that to relax. It's a weird concept, but it's just allowing that to yourself to relax, and your lower jaw. And just allow your lower jaw to just to drop a little bit. And then just bring your attention to your body. Okay. And as you're bringing your attention to your body, you know, when I do this, it makes me feel like I'm a bit heavier. Okay. And that's because my energy is coming back to me and I'm starting to ground my energy. And if you can, have the soles of your feet touching the ground, or at least pointing at the ground, that's brilliant. And what we do now at this moment is just with that breathing in the heart, just allow our body to settle down and the energy come into our body and set the intention that we are grounding. Okay, and this is grounding to the earth. And then once we're grounding to the earth, okay, there's another video about this. All we do then is we just set the intention that we are filling our heart up with a positive energy. So something that you have love for yourself, you know, something that brings joy into your life, that sort of feeling, and you're going to fill your heart with that. Okay, that's the intention. You fill your heart with that. That could be something or someone you love, or just something you love. It doesn't matter, whatever that is. And you set the intention, see, sense, feel, know that that energy of love is filling up your heart. And you can take the time you need to. I mean, the first time you do this, it can be, you know, a moment to get a grip of it. And then once you're satisfied with that, and you can feel that love within your heart, okay, you're going to share that love with Mother Earth, okay. So, and it's a really simple process, okay. And all you do is you set the intention that that love travels down from your heart, okay, down through your legs, out through the soles of your feet, and then just pours into Mother Earth. You know, some people like to imagine there's a structure within Mother Earth, like a crystal or rocks, or they imagine roots come out of the soles of their feet to able to connect to the earth, and that's okay. You know, you've got to do what's right for you. So I don't. I just allow my energy just to connect, and it just pours into the earth. But however you need to do it, it's okay. And then after a moment, for me and for other people that have shown this, they get a sensation that that energy has been shared back from Mother Earth, and that comes back up the soles of the feet. It could be a warmth, a tingle. But if you don't experience that, that's okay, because you're just setting the intention that, you know, that over time you will get to experience that. So you're just allowing the energy from Mother Earth to come back up, and she shares that energy, and it comes back up to your heart. Okay, and you just allow that process to take place. And so at this point, you've got two loves within your heart. And then with your love that you have, that you created, that you feel for yourself, that love that's in your heart, you send that out from your heart, out through the top of your head, through your higher chakras, so to speak, okay, and out into the universe. And once again, setting the intention that you're sharing your love with the universe. Now, you can do that. People like to see a crystalline structure or whatever. So my intention is there that I am sharing my love with the high vibrational positive, acknowledging that I am part of the high vibrational positive. Okay, and that's where I invite you to send that love up to the high vibrational positive. And you can formulate that in any way you need to. So it's important that even though we're connecting with this high vibrational positive, that we're not identifying with any particular energies, because we're not giving our power away to any energies whatsoever. Okay? This is just the love of the universe being responded back, which is really, you know, that high vibrational positive. And we just allow that to come back down and through the heart chakras and into the heart. So a lot of people do feel that. The feedback has been that people do feel something going on there at the same time. But you know, if you don't feel that, that's okay. It's just to see, sense, feel, or know that it's happening and that's taking place. So once you've got the three loves within your heart, okay, you're invited to mix them together. Okay, so they become one, and you can do that through you know, just visualization. Or just setting the intention that that's what's happened, okay? It's not. It's actually very simple. Or some people like to use a washing machine idea as again. So it's mixing them up together so they become one. And then once you've done that, okay, once you're happy with that, you then take that love from the heart and you expand it out around yourself. Okay, and I'll guide you through that in just a second. But when you expand it out around yourself, if you imagine you've got your arms out with your fingers pointed out, when you create the sphere, it has to be bigger than that. It can be any size beyond that, but no minimum than the end, than beyond, just beyond the end of your fingertips. So expanding that energy out, okay. You make sure you expand it out to the front, to the right, to the behind, to the left, to the below, and to the above. So that expansion will grow around you. Now, you don't have to be good at visualizing this for this to happen. It kind of happens automatically, but you do need to go through and set the intention that you're doing that, okay? And when you're happy that that sphere is around you, you set your intention that it's solid. And then acknowledge that that is your protection from the outside in. Really cool. Nice and gentle, nice and easy. And then the next part of this is to look within your heart, okay? So this is a see, sense, feel, or know thing again, okay? That, like these things always are, okay? But in your heart, there is a tiny point of light, okay? It really is tiny, but very bright. Now mine's green at the moment. It always used to be silvery pink, but it's changed to green now. So I look at that green energy, and what I like to do at this point is just allow that point of energy to grow, okay? And it kind of does it itself. You can just instruct it to radiate and become, radiate around you. And so the idea is that that tiny point of light within your heart grows to fill the sphere that you've just created, okay? And then what that does is that anything that was in your aura is kept out of the way while you're doing your meditation, or if you were doing arc healing now, it would be isolating things in order to remove that from your energy field and go through that process. But but this is doing the same thing as isolating, so you can be safe that nothing else is interfering with whatever it is you're doing. Okay, so this protection really works on that level. So allowing that point of light just to grow out, but also setting the intention that as it radiates from you, that it radiates to the front, to the right, to the behind, to the left, to the below, and to the above, filling the whole of that sphere that you've created. And then when you're happy with that, very simply, just setting your intention that you are safe from the inside out. And then as a whole, with the third, the power of three, sphere of protection, the third element is with that whole sphere that you've created, both the internal and external, you are totally safe and protected, and then nothing else can come and interfere with what you're doing. And that is it. And I would invite you to, once you've had a few practices of that, take some time to practice it. And then when you're doing something on any sort of spiritual level, or even if you're just going to the shops, there's stuff in the unseen world around us anyway, and just to do that, and it will help bring protection into your life. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.